different venues. For us to bring a basketball event downtown, I would absolutely love it. And I bet you if you talk to Mayor Goodman, she will say the same thing, because this is our first attempt at something like this. We've had some things over the years downtown, but this is a beautiful venue to have the court. The first time we brought the court down here, I absolutely want to play a game down here. I think it'll be fabulous.
You heard the athletic director. Everyone is hoping another event like this will happen during the season. But for now, you can catch the Rebels at the Thomas and Mack on November 6th and their exhibition game versus Whittier. For the Rebel Report, I'm Cassie Soto.
The athletic department plans on bringing this event each year for fans of Rebel basketball.
The Neon Museum is a nonprofit organization with a mission to preserve the history of the iconic Las Vegas signs. The museum is just under 20 years old, but the signs are 11 years older. Every sign at the museum has a unique part of Vegas history. They have guided tours where you can walk around and hear all about the different artifacts.
How many hotels? We have more than 200 signs here. 7 of those are restored, and then we have signs in storage as well. So our North Gallery, which you probably saw in our parking lot, that's where we hold special events and educational programs and weddings. We do a lot of weddings and a lot of photo shoots here as well.
The gift shop at the museum is the lobby of a former hotel, La Concha, which was commissioned by the architect who designed homes for the many Golden Age celebrities. Everything that is featured in the Neon Boneyard is donated, including their most recent addition.
When we got word that they were going to demolish the building, we had already gone through and chosen the signs that we wanted, and so the sign company brought it to us the morning they took it down, and they had already replaced all the light bulbs, and we were able to just put it on top and plug it in.
The Neon Museum hosts events throughout the year. For more information, you can visit their website at neonmuseum.org. Yeah, I really want to check out the museum. It looks like a really fun place to see all the Las Vegas signs.
I haven't been to it yet, but I was thinking about going they have like a Halloween festival thing going on, so I'd like to check it out, obviously before Halloween. So
yeah,
it'll be a lot of fun.
I'll come with you. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the problem with our university police force is having,
along with more information on what our Metro Police Department does around the city. Stay tuned for more on Studio G.
More than Music Mondays. Rap, hip hop, R&B too. I like to play like any new upcoming music, new albums, new mixtapes. I like to open up with maybe kind of like a hype song that gives people energy. Just play any type of good music and then give people like a rundown what's going on currently in hip hop. Just good vibes, good music. A lot of radio stations don't keep up with playing good music. So that's really the goal. This is Jalen Young on More Than Music Mondays. Check me out on the Rebel HD2.
As far as Studio G, at first it looks overwhelming, and at first it looks like it's a lot of work, but I'll tell you what, it's the most beneficial class I've had at UNLV to date, without a doubt. You get to not only develop stories and work on your interviewing skills, your editing skills, and your shooting skills from a camera perspective, you get to work on all the equipment that's in the studio. So you're working on audio, you're working on directing, tech directing, you get to produce your own show. You can take a 30-minute newscast and make it your own. And that's really cool about Studio G. Like I said, a lot of it seems overwhelming at first, but it is by far the best class I've taken at UNLV since I've been here.
Parking lot security cameras are meant to catch thieves and protect students along with their cars from any vandalism. Students around campus have begun to file more complaints of their car being damaged with no video evidence. Studio G reporter Sarah Shelton has more on the story.
Today I'm at UNLV checking out security cameras and their effectiveness in the UNLV parking lots.
Every year, thousands of complaints are called into the UNLV Police Department for car vandalism and other illegal acts taking place on campus. Students have become more and more outraged as cameras have continued to not catch crimes and vandalism committed against their cars. Some students are refusing to pay for parking permits because of the security camera issue.
I know they're in charge of controlling the cameras, our police department. We have cameras ourselves that we use. on our computers, but it's not as advanced as what the police use. And as far as like each individual parking lot, we don't have coverage everywhere on campus. But yeah, we have stories where students, they report someone like hit their car and left.
Police say they do not provide the cameras, they only monitor them. Sometimes the cameras are not always on. Parking enforcement deals with students' complaints daily in all corners of the university. The police and UNLV work together to try and prevent or catch hit-and-run incidents.
We do get at least 1 or 2 every week, it seems, that people report their car is hit. Some we do get footage on, others we don't. Primarily being that the position that the cameras are in. They can be repositioned, and a lot of times they're facing the elevator banks or the stairwells, and that's for student safety. They're mechanical, they're instruments, so they do break down at times, and they might be offline for a little bit.
The annual police report for UNLV shows every crime that has been reported, in which almost every other case involves student hit and runs. After inspection of cameras, cases become marked as closed and students are left to deal with their automobile's damages on their own. Until more cameras are installed and security becomes more involved in catching these incidents, students are advised to park wisely and be smart about how and where they park. Do you think that parking cameras would come in handy here in the
Of course, yes, for like accidents or vehicle thefts, things like that can help us, find the suspect.
For Studio G, I'm Sarah Shelton.
Please take the time to look at the annual UNLV police report to see how often these incidents occur. Also, be more aware of the cars around you when you park, so if anything does happen, you may know who have been behind it.
Yesterday, members of the media participated in several physical activities designed to prepare candidates for becoming a police officer. Eddie Vargas with the story.
Becoming part of the Metropolitan Police Department in Las Vegas is not a simple task. Police officers are required to complete many difficult tasks throughout their careers. Many of their daily assignments require them to be in good physical condition. Yesterday, the LVMPD invited members of the media to participate in a fitness preparation event, where I had the opportunity to see firsthand what it takes in becoming an officer.
We invited the media so that everyone can see exactly what takes place and how to pass these tests. So basically what we're doing is we're showing exactly what it takes to become a police officer, the physical requirements.
Potential police recruit Noemi Sanchez is optimistic about becoming a Metropolitan Police officer and already has 3 months in the process. She hopes to make the academy now and become a police officer next year. Noemi has advice for anyone interested in joining.
Work out because it's hard. The physical, it's not that easy. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people drop out during the physical exams. So yeah, just a lot of working out.
In order for a police recruit to become a potential candidate, they must be able to complete a minimum of 23 push-ups, 30 sit-ups, several tests of agility, and successfully complete a half-mile run.
Once admitted to the police academy, there are various obstacles that one has to do, like this one.
Climbing walls, crawling under obstacles, and picking up tires are some of the things one has to do once admitted to the police academy. Metro is always hiring officers and are currently looking for potential recruits.
Right now we're accepting new applicants 4 times per year. We're looking for 300 new applicants. Okay, so we have a lot of resources online on lvmpd.com and protectthecity.com. These resources are for people who want to learn more about the job, as well as the physical requirements, the written requirements, and what to do to pass background check.
Reporting for Studio G, Eddie Vargas.
If you're interested in becoming an officer, visit the LVMPD employee page at lvmpd.com for more information.
Up next, we find out more about women's rugby.
And superheroes are there to come to the rescue. Don't go anywhere.
You don't get to do an internship, you have to do an internship. It's one of the requirements for a journalism major. You have to do an internship before you can graduate.
Definitely having an internship as a requirement really helps push yourself out there and to just remind you that your graduation is coming up soon. You're going to have to need some work experience in your career. So it's really good to put yourself out there early on, and they tend to help students a lot more. So when you do a student internship, it really helps out a lot.
Ever wonder what makes us, the Smurfs, so happy? The forest, of course! This is where we, along with the beautiful forest creatures, make our home with beautiful plant life, clean water, and endless adventures. It's a place to celebrate. So discover the forest with your family today. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Your community's farmers market. Welcoming, lively, friendly. A place where neighbors and friends come together to celebrate their community. With over 50 vendors, organic, sustainable, fresh produce are available just for you. Support and buy local at Fresh 52.
Rugby is on the rise. Classified as a men's sport, women are jumping into the rugby scene. Tracy Phillips reporting.
Rugby is not only becoming more popular here in the States, but it's becoming more popular amongst women.
So we've been playing we're in our 14th year now. We've got women from every age group, from high school up into mid to late 30s. It actually can start at the elementary school level. There's programs that are starting here in the Las Vegas area that are bringing rugby into the elementary schools. The Adopt a Country program is through USA Sevens. There's 16 teams that come in for the Sevens. With those 16 teams, there's 16 schools that sponsor those teams.
The Las Vegas Slots team played this past weekend against Dixie State. The players are excited that rugby has become more popular here.
My position, I play several positions. I could play prop, flanker, lock, anywhere in the back line. We have several positions in rugby. And absolutely, rugby is growing for women all over the country. It's really big overseas, and we're trying to promote it here in Las Vegas especially, and all over the United States.
I think rugby is starting to get more exposure. They're starting to incorporate like rugby players in the NFL, rugby coaches in the NFL, just because we have better tackling. It's safer to play rugby without pads than it is to play actual like NFL football. I feel like it requires a lot more actual like endurance and fitness and a lot more strength than football.
I feel like ever since the 1999 Women's World Cup in Pasadena, women's sports has come up a lot in favor of men's sports due to the fact that it's a lot more realistic and authentic. I think getting the exposure of not only female rugby players, but female soccer players, female football players, it's bringing a lot of attention to female sports as a whole, not necessarily just rugby.
So it seems rugby has become a popular sport among women. So we'll see if UNLV takes note and creates a women's rugby team. I'm Tracy Phillips for Studio G News.
If you would like more information on the Las Vegas Slots or you're interested in joining, go to LasVegasSlotsRugby.com.
Critical Care Comics is a nonprofit organization volunteering their time to visit children in the hospital dressed as their favorite superheroes. Reporter Sally Ann Ficarata was at the UMC hospital with The Weekend getting the story.
You must have a pretty nice comic collection now at this point, right? Maybe next time we'll bring a box for you to put them all in, huh? That sound good? Okay.
Who do you want on the box, Spider-Man or Batman?
Both of them knock each other out. Like they're both doing this at the same time.
We're here at UMC Hospital with the superheroes from Critical Care Comics, visiting patients and bringing them comic books.
It helps the kids just escape what the the beeping and the being poked by needles and the having IVs, and people come in and all hours of the night and day to check on them and take their vitals, and so it's just a fun experience. And we're always in need of more comic books because we try to give kids a big stack of them.
Critical Care Comics goes to UMC every third Saturday of the month.
I like seeing their smile on their faces. It's very rewarding seeing them seeing us make their day happy.
Jason Golden is the founder of Critical Care Comics. He was diagnosed with leukemia when he was 15 and knows how much his favorite comic book characters impacted his stays in the hospital.
I know for a fact that this saved my life, reading the books. I know every book I was reading when I was in the hospital. I know what storylines were going on when I was in the hospital. I don't remember so much what treatment I was getting, what medications I was getting, but I can tell you who Spider-Man was fighting in like issue 245.
The comic books are a way for the kids to escape from their health and meet new superhero friends.
What better way than to kind of, have Batman come in with a stack of Batman books to a kid who's a huge Batman fan. The memory they have no longer is, I was stuck in the hospital because I broke my leg, or I had tonsillitis, or I had my appendix rupture. Now it's, I was in the hospital and I met Batman.
I'm Sally Ann Ficarata, Studio G.
Bye.
If you would like to donate your old comic books to the Critical Care Comics and help a child find some entertainment while in the hospital, you can visit their Facebook page at facebook.com/criticalcarecomics or check out their website at criticalcarecomics.org.
We are member supported. KUNV 91.5, The Source. Here's why you should become a member. Become a part of the public radio family while keeping jazz alive in Southern Nevada. Every member receives a discount card to businesses and restaurants around the valley, along with a premium of KUNV branded items. Exclusive access to KUNV ticket giveaways for concerts and events, and private members-only events with prominent musicians such as Paul Taylor, Vincent Ingala, and many more. We are 91.5 The Source, and that source is you. So become a member today.
The show's name is the Rebel and Revolt Show. Pretty good show about, just someone who will actually talk about UNLV the way an outsider might feel. We talk about current events, we talk about politics, try to take an offensive swing with it. Sometimes it's hit or miss, but and then we talk about, the little things in life that everybody laughs about. And we are the Rebels and we are revolting. My name is Jameson Wilk and I run the Rebel and Revolt Show, and you can tune in at therebelhd2.com.
Doing my show, I love all types of rock, and that's why I'm doing Rock Through the Decades. We play the 50s all the way to today's rock music or rock bands. I want them to get the appreciation of how much rock has changed over the years and how it's still really great. You can never kill rock. I mean, rock is like the way to be, the way to go. The name of my show is Rock Through the Decades, and I am Rockin' Gemini. You can listen to this on the Rebel HD2 network.
That was a great show that we had today. A lot of awesome stories that we had. Our reporters going out into the field and getting actual live shots of the kids in the hospital.
Yeah.
That was a wonderful story.
It was so nice. And Halloween's coming up, so
Definitely.
I hope you guys all enjoy the What are you doing for Halloween?
Well, actually, Studio G, we're going to New York, so hopefully we can go out and, experience the cold weather. Obviously, we're not having too cold of weather here in Las Vegas, and it's October, so that's really misfortunate, but I had to buy a special coat just to go to New York.
Me too. We'll be warm and spreading Las Vegas all over New York.
Definitely.
Well, that's all we have for you today. I'm Alexa Vita.
And I'm Sarah Shelton. Come back tomorrow to stay informed. Studio G is rolling out.